Yeah. Yeah. Can you believe they told me that I would never make it? Now we smiling in their faces, smiling in their faces. Listen, Rich Paul, man, sometimes it's just too much, bro. Like, I get it, bro. You rocking with your mans, bro. I get it. You rocking with the dude. He put food on your plate, man. If it wasn't for him, you wouldn't be as successful. No matter what college you went to, if you don't know the right people, you can't get in the right rooms. I promise you that. I know I speak from experience. So I understand it, but it's going too far. And it kind of makes you look corny. It kind of makes you look like you're doing too much just to continue to talk about everybody else in a negative light. But without further ado, I'm gonna run what Rich Paul had to say. I do like his pod. I want to say him and Max Kellerman have good combative conversation. It's not two yes men up on there, and I like that. So without further ado, we're gonna run what Rich Paul had to say about Jordan shoes, and then of course I'm gonna read you what Cormega had to say, who is a legendary Queensbridge rapper who's cool with Nas. So if you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Let's get into today's video.
People didn't buy MJs because they wanted to be just like Michael Jordan. That was half of the people, half of the consumers. You know what the other half was? They wanted to be like Max, who had the BMW and the cute girl that had on Michael Jordan.
Sure.
So now,
influencers.
if you get both of those consumers, you have the entire market share.
That's interesting.
Because
so you have to have the elite athlete that's different than the others. Then you have to have the influencers who sport their thing, and then you get
because basketball teams, high school basketball teams, for the most part, they play in a team shoe and wore their Jordans when they left the locker room.
So Cormega said this. This guy says people don't buy Michael Jordan sneakers because of Jordan. He said they wanted Jordans because dope boys wore them. I respectfully disagree. Jordan was a standout performer in North Carolina, which resulted in him playing on the USA and putting belt to ass to some of the best NBA players before he even entered the league. Then he comes into the NBA, and it was like we're witnessing a new version of Dr. J, but with uncanny speed and an unrelenting will to win. The Jordan sneaker base price was high. So many parents didn't want to pay the price, but drug dealers were obviously able to afford them. The price drop via sales allowed many others to get them, but the hype increased in the playoffs, and when he went toe-to-toe with the best, he didn't win the championship, but he won the public. Then something happened that we hadn't seen at that time. Usually a player gets a sneaker, and that's his signature shoe for a while, or slightly modified. No, the Jordan 2 looked totally different, and they were on his feet during historic moments. The next season, he had a different silhouette with cement features. He's talking about the Jordan Cement 3s, the black Cement 3s and white Cement 3s, and in a unique shape. It wasn't dope boys that made us want Jordans. It was dope moves, dope dunks, dope posters, and as the saying goes, I want to be like Mike. Jordan was doing things so unbelievable that some started to say it must be the shoes. The thing Rich Paul failed to mention is Jordan has tremendous it factor to women, children, and men all admired him. He was cool sells. Space Jam, the one Jordan was in, was a hit movie in the movie theaters, not because dope boys bought tickets, but the world bought tickets. Michael Jackson put Jordan in a video because Jordan is cool. There were times I put on a pair of Air Jordans and jumped to see if I can jump higher. Having on J's became a cool factor, They look cool on girls, babies, and street people. The dope boy era has since faded, but the demand for Jordans persists. The Dream Team were rock stars in Barcelona, and Jordan was the star of the group that helped Nike and the NBA development internationally. I respect Rich Paul and his loyalty to his friend, though we all need a friend like Rich Paul. Let me read you something that I watched a long time ago, because, I'm a big fan of Jordan, I seen this. It said Nike initially predicted they'd sell $3 million worth of Air Jordans, right, over the first 3 to 4 years. But the shoe was wildly exceeding expectations, and it brought in $126 million in the first year and selling 1.5 million pairs in the first week alone. All right, guys, so I'm a 90s baby, right? So I'm not going to sit here and say I remember the 80s, but I will remember this. And I always seen this as a kid. It was Run DMC. They had a song about Adidas, and I seen the gold rope chains and the Kango hats, the Adidas track suits. That to me always looked like the dope boy outfit, right? The dope boy, the 4-finger ring. Like, those are the things that I seen. I'm like, oh, they wearing Adidas, they wearing Filas. I ain't never seen people wearing Jordan 1s. But hey, everybody's different. He got his right to think the way he thinks. But you know, when you look at it from a different perspective, it does come off hating if your man's is LeBron and you always got something negative to say or comparing or trying to diminish something to make your client look better. Now, fanboy is always upset. And I'm not the only one. Obviously, we got Cormega here. There's other people who feel this way. You've seen Fat Joe's energy towards Rich Paul. And this is not a secret, right? So, like, people get mad when people on YouTube, like me or somebody else has an opinion on something. They get called hate or whatever the case may be is. But listen, there's plenty of people who are successful, who are doing things, and they have an opinion on it, and they agree. Like, what's going on? Now, imagine not giving credit to Michael Jordan, who made the shoe. If we gave this same shoe to Joe Dumars, as good as Joe Dumars was, do you think he has that same success? No. You think the shoe becomes as popular? No. Yes, we understand Nike marketed Jordan incredibly, right? Jordan's high flyer, so we said Air Jordan because he's flying in the air. So yeah, you gotta be athletic just like Jordan, but that you gotta dominate. Do you know when Jordan came into the league, he averaged 28 points as a rookie? Do you know that's dominating? As soon as you get into the NBA, they're already looking at you like, yo, this dude is different. We never seen this before. That's what makes shoes sell. Shoes don't sell because some dude on the corner got them. They sell because that dude on TV is balling out of control. Now, Rich Paul got to understand this thing. If your client is that good, you don't need to tell everybody he that good. Like, I ain't never seen Michael Jordan or Kobe's agent have to sit there and promote how good their client is or put them into conversations just to make them look good. I've never seen it before. It's only done from you. You're the first person I've seen do it. So let me know what you guys think about this. Do you think Rich Paul's correct? Do you think Cormega's correct? What are your thoughts on Rich Paul's new pod with his kind of like narrative driven, with his ideas, with his opinions? Do you think it's some clown shit? Do you think it's true? I want to know your opinions down below. If you're new to the channel, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe. I'm going to see you guys in the next video. Peace.